So there has been a very interesting development when it comes to our neighbor, Pakistan. For the last couple of years, we have seen that the players in Pakistan are slightly unhappy because the contract system that is there in the PCB, that has been a real big thorny issue for them. In 2019, there was a major dispute between the players and the Pakistan Cricket Board. Last year, they delayed signing the retainer and the central contracts. But now, a breakthrough might be found after 4 long years of prolonged struggle. Yes, Pakistan's top players and most of them who play for the Pakistan cricket team, they are all set to get retainer contracts with proper grading system as well. Now, it will do away with the previous old regime which was convoluted in a way because there were separate contracts for white and red ball cricket. Here, everybody will be in the same graded system just like the BCCI. Now, in this video, this is just a side issue of what I am going to explain. I am going to tell you how much is each player in Pakistan going to earn, the top bracket, and how do they compare with the BCCI players, because as we all know, the cricket situation in India and Pakistan is like chalk and cheese. India are the powerhouses when it comes to world cricket, especially in the financial aspect of it. Pakistan, on the other hand, they are lagging behind. So obviously the players will not be earning as much as their Indian counterparts are. But for long, people have been wondering, how much do they earn? How much is the gap? How much is the bridge? In this video, all these answers are going to be given. So, this is a very historic moment in Pakistan cricket because Pakistan's players are set to receive a historic increases in their new central contracts. Negotiations on for participation foreign T20 leagues as well, because this is one of the thorny issues that's there. Not just an increase in their central retainer contract, but also negotiations for participation in T20 leagues, because it happened with the ILT20 last year. Pakistan's players wanted to play in the ILT20, but because the PCB had demanded a fee, and that was the reason why they could not get the NOC, and that is why Pakistan's players could not play the ILT20. Grade A to D for most of the Pakistan players, unlike India which has an A plus A, B, C, in Pakistan there will be a grade A, B, C, D. And the top bracket for all is going to be the next point of view in this video, because the new existing contract that is going to be there from grade A to grade D, it will do away with last year's format where red and white ball players were split. Yes, the contract system for red ball players were different, for white ball players it was different. That created a lot of confusion and there was an ongoing dispute even despite that. Contract dispute in Pakistan going on since 2019, and also because last year players delayed signing contracts due to T20 league participation uncertainty. As I had said, the ILT20 was a major sticking point, and that is why they have decided that this time this will also be sorted. So there is going to be an increase in the central players contract for Pakistan, and also participation in the T20 leagues will now be much more smoother. Now, what are the top brackets that is going to be there? Firstly, before I come to the top brackets, you have to understand that look at the revenue that the boards earn from the ICC annual revenue pie. Remember, India got 38.5% of the revenue pie for this cycle. So, out of the 600 million that is going to be there, 230 million is with the BCCI. How much does Pakistan get? 34 million, which means 7 or 8 times lower. That is the PCB revenue. So, in no way can they match up to the BCCI when it comes to the financial clout about it. So, 230 million is what the BCCI earn, 34 million is the annual ICC revenue that the PCB gets. So, within this range, this is where the contract systems for the Pakistan team are. For example, cross-format players like Shaheen Shah Afridi, Babar Azam, they are all going to get Pakistan rupee 4.5 million per month, which means it equates to 54 million Pakistan rupees. So, the PCB top earning contract player is in grade A, and that is 4.5 million Pakistan rupees per month. If you multiply it by 12, it comes to 54 million, which means per year, the Pakistan cricket player earns 190,800 USD approximately. This is, by the way, remember, this is the Pakistan player, and because the central contract, grade A is the top, 4.5 million into 12, which is 54 million, and USD 190,800. That is the approximate value that a Pakistan player will earn. What about India? There is an A plus. And remember, 7 crores is the annual contract. How much is it? 7 crores? USD 847,000. So an Indian player will earn 4 times more than a Pakistan player. And there are multiple reasons for it. Number one, cricketing. Cricket wise, India and the BCCI are the ultimate financial powerhouses. That's why the revenue that the ICC is given to them, it is on course to do that, because 230 million, and that's why much more financial clout. On the other hand, Pakistan's contribution is 34 million. So that is why they will only get according to the earnings that the board gets. Now, there is other reasons also, macroeconomic. Pakistan's economy and their rupee has been depreciating a lot against the dollar. So that is why the depreciation value that's there is far more in the Pakistan rupee than it is there with the Indian rupee at this time. So whatever earnings that the Pakistan player does, his will obviously not match up to the Indian standard, but the difference of 4 times, that cannot be bridged because the Pakistan rupee is underperforming when it comes to the dollar. So if you look at it, India's players 7 crore, that is 847,000, Pakistan 54 million PKR, and that is 190,800. That is how. So for people who are asking, how much does an Indian player earn? How much does a Pakistan player earn? What are the revenues of the BCCI and the PCB? Well, this video is an answer to all of that. The Indian player earns 4 times more than the Pakistan player. And if you look at the revenue, BCCI earns nearly 8 times more. The annual revenue pie that's there, it's 8 times more than the PCB. So whatever way you look at it, there is a contract system that is going to be in place in Pakistan cricket. Negotiations will be continuing for next week as well for the participation in the T20 leagues. But remember, the NOCs have to be given, all the central contracts will be on the basis of that. Now, there is a reason why there is a value of 4.5 million PKR per month, because if the negotiations break down, then the retainer system is such that you will pay as much as you play on a monthly basis. So that is why we are assuming that all of this falls through, and that is the reason why PKR of 4.5 million per month is the value. If you multiply it and if they agree for a full year, then it becomes 54 million. So that is the situation when it comes to Pakistan cricket. Hope the players get the contracts sorted, and yes, the bridge between India and Pakistan when it comes to player earnings and the revenue is massive. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.